Hello everybody, my name is Jacob Toronto of ChasingCinema.com. I welcome you to this YouTube video as I explore what is going on in the world of motion picture. If it's the first time you've heard of ChasingCinema.com, I recommend you visit the website and check out all my reviews, essays, and so on and so forth about more movies. This is my YouTube channel. If you've never been, please hit that subscribe button so each week you are tuned into our podcast, our video reviews, and other movie news videos such as this one. Today I'm going to be talking about the new film that is going to be coming out later this year called Creed. Now, no, this is not based off Assassin's Creed. No, it is not based off the band, thankfully. However, I'm going to take you guys back to 1976. 1976, a rising star ended up, well, a star began to rise, we'll put it that way. His name was Sylvester Stallone, as he pretty much entered the world of motion picture with his film Rocky. That's right, Sylvester Stallone wrote and directed the original 1976 film that eventually would win Best Director and Best Picture, also his Best Film Editing. Everybody knows Rocky. It is one of the most American movies there is to see. Now, if it deserved to win Best Picture in 1976, we won't go there. However, it is a great movie. It's an iconic movie. It is one that is referenced multiple times. It's one that everyone knows. It is the underdog story. Things that people love in this country about the underdog. There ended up being 6 Rocky movies after this first film. Rocky would go on to face Apollo Creed. He would go on to face Mr. T, who was known as Clubber Lang. And he went on to follow Dolph Lundgren. And recently, well, not too recently actually, but some years back, they revived Rocky after the 5th film, which took some time off, and introduced Rocky Balboa, which showed the Italian stallion has aged, but still willing to kind of get back in the ring. Now, I don't really care who you are. I think that if you've seen one Rocky, you've probably gone to pursue seeing all the Rockies and have somehow managed to find them close to you. Now, though I will say that Rocky Balboa and Rocky V for me are not very memorable, 1 through 4 are quite special to me. However, there is nothing like the original film Rocky with Rocky Balboa fighting against Apollo Creed. So, that last name has actually a lot to do with what I'm talking about today. There's a new film coming out from director Ryan Coogler, who brought the world Fruitvale Station, which is a great film a few years back. And it actually tells the story, it's a spin-off sequel, on the son of Apollo Creed. That's right, his name is Adonis Johnson, and he's played by Michael B. Jordan. And the first image of this movie was revealed today. And as Jordan is training and hitting a punching bag, can you guess who was right by his side helping him train? No, it was not Mickey. No, it was not Carl Weathers who played Apollo Creed. It was Rocky, Sylvester Stallone himself. Now, if you're like me, I'm not crazy about the Expendables films. I've not been crazy about any really thing that Sylvester Stallone has done in recent years. I think the other one he did was called Bullet to the Head or something along those lines. I'm not crazy about. But if there is one thing that I really care about that Sylvester Stallone has done, it was the Rocky franchise. So seeing this image automatically will draw people in. Sylvester Stallone released it earlier today or maybe yesterday on a bunch of social media websites. And everyone has just kind of gone crazy seeing Rocky back in the ring next to Michael B. Jordan training. Seeing Rocky back in that gym, I mean, granted, like I said, Rocky Balboa wasn't something that I absolutely loved, but just seeing this nostalgia, seeing something like this again kind of gets you excited. And like I said, nothing really amounts to the first film. Maybe close second was Rocky II. And that was really about the story between Rocky and Apollo Creed. Apollo Creed ended up going into the 3rd film, but the 4th film, where he would actually die at the hands of Dolph Lundgren. Apollo, who was played by Carl Weathers, and Rocky just had this electric chemistry. I mean, it is fascinating. It is so entertaining to watch. One of the great parts about how one of the films ends is, Rocky does lose in the first film. Spoiler alert, if you've not seen it, I'm sorry, you've had nearly 40 years to see it, so you've kind of been slacking. Rocky does not win, but all Rocky wanted to do was last 12 rounds with the champion. Rocky 2, fast forward to Rocky 2, Rocky beats Apollo Creed. Apollo Creed says it's kind of enough. He ends up retiring. But the movie kind of comes down to where they're in the gym. They become, from being rivals, not necessarily bitter enemies, but rivals turn into friends. Apollo asks to give him one more match just deep down in the basements of Rocky's gym. And as just about as the bell rings, they're about to go at it, the shot freeze frames, and that's the end of the film. So, I mean, there's so much to like about their connection that I find that Rocky training his son quite beautiful and quite enticing. Will this movie be good because it's so set on bringing back and reviving and redoing so many things that we've seen? Are we going to see the Rocky montage that was in pretty much every single Rocky movie? Will we see the classic references or be beat over the head with the homages to the original films? I don't know. Will Sylvester Stallone steal the spotlight from Michael B. Jordan? That's also a really big point. Mind you, this is about Creed, not him, not Sylvester Stallone, but he is obviously going to be a star in the film. I know that Phylicia Rashad from The Cosby Show is also going to be in it, with Tessa Thompson and a few others. And I know a large chunk of the movie has already been shot in Philadelphia. But I haven't heard much about this film until recently, and then especially when I saw this today, I just couldn't be more excited, just because I think that this movie will revive a lot of great feelings of watching Rocky. I actually just sat down and made my girlfriend watch the Rocky saga, and kind of showed her the greatness that Rocky was. But then again, like I said, does Sylvester Stallone stick to this "I'm still great" kind of mentality, or does he allow someone else to take the spotlight? Or is this just no longer what people are interested in? Is this a movie that people are going to really care about and really love? I also know that part of the plotline is going to be Rocky Balboa's deteriorating health. So that, I'm sure, is going to get some emotion out of people. But I guess until then, until November 25th, when the movie is set to open in U.S. theaters, we will just have to kind of wait and see. What are your thoughts on this new film, Creed? And how do you feel about the original Rocky films? I ask you. Fill out your responses in the comments section. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. And, of course, like this video to show some support. Go to ChasingCinema.com, the film lovers website. You can follow me, Jacob Toronto, on Instagram and Twitter at JACOBTIRANNO. That's TIRANNO. Ladies and gentlemen, please continue chasing cinema.